Hello, everyone, and welcome to our press review. And let's begin with Donald Trump, who surprisingly just tweeted again.
Yes, very surprisingly. And this week, the newspaper Rolling Stone talks about the opening of the main floodgates after the Donald Trump Game of Thrones tweet. Indeed, he announces his foreign policy with a photoshopped image of himself with this caption addressed to Iran: "Sanctions are coming." Immediately, HBO responded in a joking way, tweeting, "How do you say trademark issue misuse in Dothraki?" Author and series creator George R. R. Martin used the occasion to go after the president for stoking fear and implored people to vote. "Fear cuts deeper than sword," he said. Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani also responded to Trump's threats of sanctions against Iran with a Game of Thrones inspired meme with the caption, "I will stand against."
And that's so sad. I mean, everything looks like a game to President Donald Trump. I think that could be fun, but it's used in such an important matter that it's really bad. I mean, it's really an attack on Iran, and it's quite humiliating for Iran, especially when it's destroying Barack Obama's advances.
I would just say this is pathetic from a US president. So, shall we move on and go to the next subject? What did you choose?
So I wanted to speak about Ariana Grande.
Did she break up again?
She did, actually. So, well, she's been going out with this guy, Pete Davidson, who worked on the Saturday Night Live. And so they've just broken up their engagement.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yes, and that's only a few months after her ex-boyfriend died, Mac Miller. I mean, she's been through so much these last years with the Manchester attacks and now his death.
Yeah.
And so she's even written a new song, which is really good, and I hope you listen to it, because it's called Thank You Next, and it's all about her and how she's moving on after all these tragedies.
Yeah, I guess it's been quite a harsh year for her. Okay, on a lighter note now, we've also selected an article from BBC Travel, why French people don't show excitement. Could you tell us more about it?
Okay, so it's an article that says that French are quite cooler than most of the other population in the world, more calm. They would never say "je suis excité," which would be in a more sexual way. So what I thought about it is that it's quite bad. It's a bad article. I mean, French people can show excitement. They can be really happy. Why would we categorize them as so sad people all the time? I mean, it's such a cliche on French people.
I'm not really okay with you. The article says more than French people they live in the present time and they are less exuberant and cartoonesque than American people especially. And I think that's not so negative.
Perhaps, but American people are really a cliche in the opposite way. I mean, really, they're so exuberant all the time.
That's really, really true.
And to conclude this press review in a more cultural way, let's see what movies we can watch this November.
This is an article that was entitled 10 Films to Watch in November by Larushka Evanzadeh on the BBC's website. So I picked up two. The first one is The Girl in the Spider's Web. This is a film from the Millennium series. So this is the third book to be adapted on cinema. The second version was hugely successful. It had been released in 2011, produced by David Fincher, won 5 Oscars and 2 Golden Globes. This movie is actually the adaptation of the first novel in the series, not to be written by Stieg Larsson, the first original author who sadly died back in 2004. This is a biopic on Lisbeth Salander, one of the main characters of the series, which was probably the weirdest of all. She's a dark-minded hacker and investigator. She will be interpreted by awarded actress Claire Foy, better known for playing Queen Elizabeth II in Netflix The Crown. The trailer depicts a dark and creepy atmosphere, completely in line with the book, and it promises it to be perhaps the thrilliest movie of the end of this year, so you must go and see it. And second film that I picked up, because I'm a super fan, is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. So this is the 10th blockbuster in J.K. Rowling's Wizarding universe, and the main info is that Dumbledore's back, well, actually a younger one. Remember the first Fantastical Beasts movie took place in New York in the 1920s? Well, this one goes directly after it. So Eddie Redmayne, aka Newt Scamander, and Albus Dumbledore joined together in order to stop and kill Gellert Grindelwald, played by Johnny Depp. So Gellert Grindelwald is the real badass villain of this era of J.K. Rowling's universe. We won't spoil anything more. So this will be out in on November the 17th in the US. Make sure to go and see it.
And no Star Wars this year?
No Star Wars movies this year.
Not at all. Okay, so thank you very much and see you next week.